Welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about Epcot, the rides, and some of the height requirements. Now, there are 3 rides that do require a height requirement. In those rides, you have to be 40 inches or taller. So let's get started. So the first one is going to be Mission Space. Mission Space seats about 4 people across, and there's a green and an orange ride. So the green ride is just going to be a simulator ride, whereas the orange one is going to be a simulator with those G-forces that are pulling down on you. It's a really cool experience, but it might not be the best option for you. I personally have been on the orange one, and I will not do it again. It made me feel sick afterwards, and I got a really bad headache from it, so I just do the green one. Now, the second ride that requires you to be 40 inches or taller is Test Track. Test Track is a car ride, and it fits 3 in the front and 3 people in the back. It swerves. It does a little bit of swerving in and out on the inside, and then it'll go to the outside, and it goes around the track really, really fast. Now, the last one that you have to be 40 inches or taller is Soarin'. Soarin' seats about, I think it's like 10 to 11 people, and it's really, really cool. So you buckle in, and it lifts you off the ground, feeling that you're actually soaring, and you're going over all these cool places that you possibly have, but most people haven't. And then at the very end, of course, there's an awesome, awesome picture of the Disney fireworks up and close. Like, how cool is that? So those are the 3 rides that you have to be aware of that do have height requirements. The rest of the rides, they don't have height requirements. So let's talk about those as well. So the first one is going to be Living with the Land, and that seats about 4 people. It is a boat, so if you do have multiple people in your party, you can be in the front or the back to be close to them. Now, Living with the Land, some people might think it's a little bit boring, but if you're into educational things or how things are grown, this would be a really good ride for you. It takes you through, and it talks about like the buffalo at the beginning, and then it goes through and it shows you like their actual garden that they make in Epcot, and then they serve it to 2 of the restaurants in Epcot, which I think is really cool because some of the plants or the produce, like, they're huge. Like, you wouldn't think that it could get like really, really big. Like a jackfruit, I thought they were like, not too big. No, they can be pretty big. Like, I never knew that. So I really enjoy this ride, and I think it's really, really good for younger kids who like to explore and learn new things. Now, another ride that you do not have a height requirement is Frozen Ever After. Now, that is a really, really popular ride right now. But if you go in the early morning, right when the park opens, there's a good chance that you're not going to have to wait very long. Now, that is located in the Norway section in Epcot. So if you can't get fast passes for those, I would suggest hitting that first thing in the morning or probably towards the end of the night. I haven't checked, to be honest, about the night. Usually the night I feel like can be a little busy compared to right when the park opens. So I'd suggest doing that. It seats about 4 people. It is a boat ride. It is kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean, but it's all Frozen themed. They actually use the same ride that used to be there from the Norway ride, but they changed it with different trolls and, of course, Anna and Elsa. Now, another one that you do not have a height requirement for is Figment. This has been one of my favorite rides as a kid, but they have changed it a little bit since I was a kid, but I still enjoy it. Now, it fits 2 in the front, 2 in the back. You maybe be able to squeeze in 3, maybe 4 people if you have tiny kids. You can probably squeeze in a few more in the back. It is a red car that you get in, and then it streams through all these other cars. So if you do have a larger party, they'll still be with you, just not in the same car as you. So what that does is it goes around and it takes you into imagination. And Figment is a purple dinosaur. He's super cute. And there's this song, I promise, it will get stuck in your head. It's the imagination song. For me, it gets stuck in my head, but I like it. And then there's a cool shop afterwards. I think it's a really cool ride. I think it would be more towards the littler kids. I don't know if the older kids would like it so much. I just personally like it because I've always liked that ride since I was a little kid. And it looks like there's only one more ride, which would be Spaceship Earth. Now, that can be any height requirement as well. So Spaceship Earth, right when you enter the park, you're gonna see, Epcot, the globe. You're gonna go through that, and that's gonna be where Spaceship Earth is. Now, don't get that confused with Mission Space. Mission Space is the more intense one where you have to be 40 inches or taller. In Spaceship Earth, you do not have to be 40 inches or taller. Can be any age, any height. Now that one does seat 2 per row. So you're in a car, and then you have 2 in the front and 2 in the back. It's a really cool ride that moves really, really slow. It is interactive and it has a keyboard, so you can push things. Like it says, what do you want to do when you grow up? And they'll have certain options. And then at the end, it'll tell you, here, this is your life. And then it does a hoverboard and stuff. It's really, really cool. I personally think it would be good for all ages just because of the interaction that is in the ride, and kids get to push buttons and then they get to see the results afterwards. And then after the ride, you can go and there's some kind of games that you can play. And there's going to be a screen up top, and then it'll show you and whoever you sat with. And if you were in a spaceship suit, it'll show you in that. I think it's a really cool ride, and it's really, really gentle. And it's not scary. It does get dark, and at one point, it does spin very slowly and you will go backwards, but I don't think it would be scary for anyone who is 2 years old or 3 years old, anything like that. All right, guys, I hope this video about Epcot helps you a lot to plan either your fast passes around it or any rides that you were just I'm not sure what to do because I have kids that are either 40 inches or taller or under 40 inches or taller. So I really hope that this helps you out. All right, once again, guys, thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.